I had cake for breakfast this morning. So that's how the day started. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. Today's Sunday, August 29th. And I went to a banger of a wedding last night. It was awesome. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. And I am very close with the groom and his family. We used to be roommates. And his mom, who I fucking love, used to make me and her son these chocolate rum cakes. And he would bring them home all the time. Anytime he would go home for like a holiday or whatever, he'd bring back these chocolate rum cakes. And for the wedding, she baked all of these chocolate rum cakes. And she had let me take an entire one home. So I have a whole chocolate rum cake. So not only did I have it for breakfast, but I'm going to have it for lunch and dinner too. It's so fucking good. And I don't even care. I don't even care. The thing I was most upset about, though, was the aunt. Really, it's the best friend, but my friend who got married calls her the aunt. She told me, she said, you know what these cakes do really well? I said, what? She said, they freeze really well. I said, why would you tell me that? She said, what are you talking about? I said, I've been running under the guise that I must finish this cake within 3 days, 4 days, or it will go bad. And that's my only excuse for why I eat so much cake. And now you're telling me it freezes? What the fuck's my excuse anymore? Just, that shit's rude. That shit's rude. She was laughing at me. It was a really beautiful wedding. It was my friend Mick Torres and his incredible fiance, now wife, Ashley, who is like, I lived with Mick through a lot of his previous girlfriends and watched and have been best friends with him since college. And again, we were roommates and have just met a lot of the girls. He was a little bit, not of a serial dater, but he's not like a random hookup guy. He always had like girlfriends when he was dating people. And I just couldn't stand any of them. And then Ashley came along and was like a angel on earth, gift to this planet. She's incredibly beautiful, incredibly successful, so sweet, so talented. And I was just like, holy shit, Mick, you did it. And last night to watch them get married was really, really cool. It's very nice. And I'm sure a lot of you guys if you go to as many weddings as I do, which I don't honestly know anybody who goes to as many weddings as I fucking do, but if you go to as many weddings as I do, kind of start to like think in your head about the ones that are like, oh, damn, this wedding, this couple really fucking gets each other. And it's so nice when you go to a wedding and you love the couple and you love their love and you support them and you're not sitting there thinking like, well, 50% of couples get divorced. So is this going to be like, this is just like the couple that's made to be. And they're really, really great. And so at their wedding, by the way, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer, ask me anything. Get in questions, comments, concerns. I was working all weekend with the wedding, all that stuff. So get in your questions about anything going on in your life, my life, etc. So when I was at their wedding, it was so great that everything was so them. Everything that was so them. Like they had an extremely choreographed first dance, but they're both actors and performers, and they met through that. So their choreographed first dance, also Mick's sister is an amazing dance choreographer. So she choreographed it for them. And there was like spins and lifts and like all these beautiful moments and dips. And like, it was just a full blown fucking choreographed epic dance, which is really cool to watch. Usually I don't go to weddings. Like, the first dance is usually really sweet and intimate. So I love watching it. But this was like a full blown fucking choreographed dance. And then she did something really cool. Ashley's an actress and a singer, and she is really, really talented. She was on True Jackson back in the day. So a lot of people know her. She's got like huge fucking following. And Mick plays guitar. And so Mick, a long time ago, I guess like a year and a half ago when we were in quarantine, was playing her this like new riff that he wrote on the guitar, and she was like, I love that. What is that? He's like, I don't know, I just wrote it, but I haven't figured out what to do with it. So she, as a surprise, starting that day, took the guitar portion of it, and she wrote him this beautiful fucking wedding song that she performed at their wedding last night. And these are both like hopeless romantics. Like, both of them are so romantic. So they're just those kind of people who are like just such hopeless romantics. And like it just fits so well. So she wrote him this song, and then at the same time she released the song on Apple Music or whatever it was. And so if you let me get the actual name of it, I don't even know, but she performed it last night for everybody, and it was really great. And all things considered, it was a relatively small wedding because of what's going on right now. It's called I Always Will, and it was epic, really great. I Always Will, and it was so sweet. And he started crying because he had no idea. It was a huge surprise, and it was awesome. Just a really great job. So if you guys want to check it out. So every part of the wedding was so them. And then at the end of the night, they like the older generation, like of his parents and whatnot, kind of left, and the younger generation, because I'm so young, there's a big pool, and everybody like jumped in the pool, and it was like total fun, very relaxed, chill wedding. So what I was gonna say was there was about like 100 people there, I think. And not that that's a tiny wedding, but it's not as big as some of the weddings I go to. There are like 300 people. So felt like everybody there was really close to the bride and groom and really wanted to be there. And then for people who couldn't come because of COVID and whatnot, they had a Zoom that people could join. And also what was really great is that you had to present your Vax card at the door. And for any of the kids who were too young to have a Vax card, they had to get tested at the door. So they had rapid testing, and it was outdoors. So all those things combined, it just felt really nice and safe to know that everybody in there was either vaccinated or had presented a negative test on site, and also it being outdoor. And then some people still wore masks too, but it just felt really, really great. It was in a friend of theirs. Actually, she's a big Broadway person, Marissa. Oh man, I hate when the fucking camera does this. It's because I don't keep the air on low enough. My bad, y'all. I know you can still hear me. It was in their friend's backyard, and so it just felt like very homey and cozy, and was really like just a nice, lovely, fun wedding that was perfect for this specific bride and groom. I always think it's so funny. People will ask me like, what do you want to do for your wedding? And number one, I've told you guys before, I don't even know if I want to get married, but I would like a life partner, but I don't even know that I need like a wedding. But number two, I think it's so weird people who like know exactly what they want to do before they meet their person, because it's a 2-person union. So how can you know what you want your wedding to be like until you've met your partner and know like what fits for you guys? Because this wedding was so clearly a 2-person event. Like, it was so clearly one part him, one part her, and the merger of them, and perfect for their love and their relationship. So I always think it's so weird when people have that, like, they're like, oh, this is what it's going to be. I have fucking tons of bug bites though, because we were outside. I was in a shorter dress and my legs are covered in bug bites. I should have worn bug spray. I just got rid of my bug bites from fucking Lola from filming that. And now, like, Brittany Parker says people are selfish. LOL. John Bainbridge says, good point, Roxy. Yeah. I don't know. All right, let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, see what it is you guys are talking about in here. I would love to answer any and all questions, comments, concerns. This is our AMA show. We do every Sunday. You guys can ask me anything about your lives, my life, or anywhere in between. Starting with the Zenest of Glens, Zen Glenn Caesar, who says, hello and happy World Girl Sunday, Roxy, and all your nicknames. Sending well wishes and a thank you for hanging out. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Jet, Sky, Grammy, Papa, and your family. Please be most excellent to yourselves and each other. I was just on the phone with Sky, actually, and her and Jet are going to grab food right now. And I get so jealous when they do this. I think they're actually going by you, Garth, I think in Cambridge. But I just get so every time they go, I'm like, oh, I wish I wish I was there for just a Sunday night meal with them. Glenn also says, RJ and Rockstars Band, thanks for breathing in and out fully, deeply with me, working on breaking apart and removing all blockages and constipation, physical and energetic, and internalizing I love myself, I accept myself, I embrace myself, and finding balance so that we can each be us. Everyone who shows up to give their support whenever, however they can. Thank you for being a friendly support pillar of strength for the people around you. Everyone who's battling, keep fighting. You're a winner. Every win for you is a win for all. You're fully unique, you're kind, you're caring, being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, makes you humane, worthy, and a bright, shiny star. Your story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. Thanks for helping remind me to reignite the flame and be a candle too. So I and those around us in the world, whether nearby us or not, don't have to stay in or curse the darkness. Congrats, RJ and Rockstars Band, for whatever success and happiness you have found. That's so sweet, Glenn. I love that. I hope you find and do what brings you joy today in each of your days, your weeks, your months, and even your years, so that you smile, laugh out loud like a child, glow in your flow, and radiate because you're a priceless necessity and an inspiration of hope. Thank you, Glenn. You are the best. Also in the Streamlabs, Hitman Hudson says, OMG, Roxy, did you hear the rumor that Ted Lasso actor Brett Goldstein might not be a real person, but CGI created by Apple? Obviously nonsense, but it made me laugh. That can't be true because Brett Goldstein has a podcast and I listened to it and it was there before he was on Ted Lasso. So that would have to be such an elaborate prank. Also, I love him so much. So don't let that be true because he's my husband. He just doesn't know. Steven Summers says in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, just saying you rock, Roxy. Oh, thank you for that support, Steven. You're awesome. I really appreciate that. Della Common says, Streamlabs to salute that fire-ass dress. Glad you enjoyed the wedding. Hell yeah, Della Common, you rock. Thank you for coming into my life. And thank you for saying that about the dress. It was a dress a la Steph Sabra. Thank you to Steph for always. Oh my God, the fucking went black again. Thank you to Steph for letting me or always lending me the perfect outfit for every occasion. Steph has fire ass fucking style. And so she always dresses me head to toe. So that was her dress and her shoes and they looked awesome. And I was so excited about it. We'll say though, I don't feel like I got as many compliments as I deserved last night on the dress. Usually people are like, great dress, but I don't remember. Green might be a little intimidating for some people. That might be it. Just thinking about it. All right. But thank you for that. I loved that dress. It was really comfortable too. And I loved the matching shoes and they were super comfortable and like lower to the ground than I usually wear, which was great. Lloyd Nance in the house, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, hi, Roxy. Happy World Girl Sunday. Thanks, Lloyd. Yeah, tonight we are no fucking way. Is this shit fucking with me? Oh, I didn't even have to change it that time. What's its deal? What's this camera's deal? If it does it one more time, I'm going to switch over to my webcam because fuck this noise. We're not dealing with this all show. I was just saying, and it made me lose my train of thought. Fuck you, camera. Fuck you. What is the thing that I was just telling you about? Oh, World Girl Sunday. Tonight we are talking about, did it lose connection or am I still here? You guys let me know. Tonight we are talking about Candyman and we were going to do our favorite reboots, but then we realized Candyman is technically a sequel, not a reboot. So we're doing our favorite sequels, but it's probably going to be less like franchise sequels and more just sequels in general, but it'll just be a fun movie conversation, which we know that we always love to do. So come join that 7 p.m. Pacific time with us. Maybe the equipment's overheating. I know, Joseph. Trying to run the AC lesson here because since I've moved into this place and we're doing all the World stuff with all the lights and all of this stuff, my electric bill and I didn't used to pay for utilities at my old place. So now with the AC and the lights and the cameras and everything, my electric bill is like through the fucking roof and I straight up can't afford it. So I'm just like trying to not put the AC on as low, like especially when nobody else is here and it's just me suffering and nobody else. But I'm going to have to if it fucks up the camera equipment. Just frustrating. Just is what it is. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, happy Sunday, Dimple Tits. Roxy, happy to hear you had a blast at your friend's wedding. Eating cake for breakfast sounds epic. What are you talking about? In reference to your tweet, what would be your 3 adjectives. The hair looks pretty, digging the bun. Thanks, Leonard Kim. Yeah, so I tweeted this out. I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but I was just curious and I would love to hear from you guys. I tweeted this out and I asked for if you died and on your gravestone they wrote 3 adjectives about you, what would you want them to be? Just kind of thinking about like wanting to live life by how I want to be remembered and having those be the things that kind of keep me in check with how I act in my day to day. Oh, yeah, it's the Pats preseason game right now. Thank you, Steve Caldron, who says your Pats have a 3-point lead so far against the Giants now. Damn, keep me posted. Yeah. So I would love to know from you guys, what are your 3 adjectives that you would want on your gravestone? I think that mine would be definitely loyal. Loyal is really, maybe, I know this is a weird one, but good. Like I'm not less kind and more good. I really have to think about it. There's so many that I would really love. Like, creative. But that just seems so like lackluster. And it's different than the 3 adjectives that you would give to an employer. Like, how do you want to be remembered? What do you want to be remembered for? Matt Munoz says, caring, loving, funny. I totally get that from you, Matt. Yes, that makes perfect sense. You guys share with me as well. I would love to hear. And don't forget, this is the Ask Me Anything show. So send in your Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. We'll be here for as long as you guys have questions for me. And I would love to hear from all of you guys. Manny Gonzalez is honest. Also, while we are here, I did want to say, I saw this morning that at 91 years old, Ed Asner passed away. As I've told you guys before, anytime somebody makes it into their 90s, it's more about a celebration of the fact that they were here. I did get to speak to Ed Asner, or interview him and talk to him multiple times, actually. And every time he was so lovely. What I Instagrammed about is how much chutzpah he had, because like he just had this, even like, I feel like he was the male equivalent of Betty White. Like, do people even realize how much this man worked? He has 400 credits on IMDb. Like, he dedicated his entire life to being a creator and entertaining us. And some of your favorite characters, favorite shows, favorite things he's in. Recently, as I was watching Grace and Frankie, he shows up in there too. Like, he was such a living legend, and now he's such a legend who's passed. And whenever I spoke to him, he was so gracious. He was so with it, so kind, and an absolute angel. And I loved his spunk. It inspired me to be 91 and still have that kind of drive and chutzpah where you say what you feel, you are who you are. And the amount of my friends in this space who have interviewed him, I was looking online and like so many of my friends were posting pictures with him. And it's like, he said yes to, he wanted to get out there. He wanted to talk to the people. He wanted to put his name out there, and like to be doing that kind of press in your 80s and 90s where you don't have to be doing that. You're already Ed fucking Asner. To be doing that is because you want it, because you love what you do. And so he was really inspirational. I'm really sad to see that he's passed, but he will be remembered by his 400 different pieces of work that we can watch at any time. And what a absolute legend. Chris Hunt says 3 adjectives on my gravestone: hardworking, alpha male, jackhammer, merciless, insatiable. I don't think that's 3. Hardworking, alpha male, jackhammer, merciless, insatiable. I think that we've got a little more than that, but I like your style. The last one should have been like rule breaker, so then we know. Send in those Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Questions, comments, concerns for me, anything about Ed Asner, or the 3 adjectives that you would have. Even appeared in Doom Patrol, says Ben Chan. It's the amount of stuff that he was in and the types of things that he was in. It was like there's just no there was no boundaries. There was no ceiling. And he worked until the day he died. And then I also looked at his project coming out. He still has like 20 projects that are in post-production right now. It's nuts. Really, really wild. Really wild. So anyway, Streamlabs in, getting those questions. I'll be here for as long as you guys have questions. Right now you have none, which means that I won't be here long. But I will be around tonight for the World Girls on World Girls Sunday, as we were talking about Candyman. Who of you guys saw Candyman this week? Any of you guys? A lot of my friends saw it. I still can't believe how well it's doing on Rotten Tomatoes, which makes me happy for it because all of the people involved in the project I want to see succeed. I mean, most of them already have succeeded to wild extents, but I want to see continue to succeed. And so it's nice that people are loving this a lot more than I did, apparently. Thank you to my amazing mod, Jake Yacovetta, putting in that Streamlabs link. Appreciate you a lot. A lot of people are asking in here about Ed Asner and his career and what he's most known for. I feel like for every generation, it's a little different. I definitely think that for me coming up, like when I not even that young, but with Elf, him being Santa was such a big one. Also, him being the voice of the grandpa in Up, or the older guy in Up, was great. But then obviously for the generation above us, he's mostly known for the Mary Tyler Moore Show. So he just had so much work that he did, just so much work. It's hard to even say like what is the thing that he's known for, because it wasn't one thing, it was so many. What do you guys think of him from mostly when you think of him? Going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Coming in from Leonard Kim, who says, what have been some flavors of tea you've been drinking? I always, you guys know, I'm like obsessed with my tea. So in the mornings, I start with a black tea. That's usually either I have this vanilla bean tea that I really like, but most of the time, like this it's an Earl Grey. I know it's not the morning anymore, but I was late to having my first tea today because a little hungover. Last night was a wine and beer bar, and so wine gives me a bad hangover. Just usually does. Tequila, not as much. Wine, oh boy, I think because of all the tea. So I usually start with black tea. Then I switch over to a green tea. I really like just like a jasmine green tea, or a matcha is fucking great. That's a nice pick-me-up in the afternoon. Then I switch over, usually after a couple of green teas, and sometimes I'll have 2 black teas a day, but sometimes not. Then I usually switch over to a rooibos. So I love a red tea, and I love rooibos. It's got like that almost vanilla-y taste to it. There's one on Coffee Bean called African Sunrise that I fucking love. And then at night, I'll usually go to an herbal tea like a chamomile. So just a lot of tea love on my part. I'm a big tea girl. I'm a big tea lover. I'm a big tea person. So thank you for asking and letting me share about the teas. I don't have one brand or specific thing that I do. I just like all the teas. What's the tea? I'm so hip. Y'all know me. Manny says buffering. No, is that true? Tell me if I'm buffering. I don't think so. It looks crystal clear on my end, but I never fucking know. That would be bad. Get in your questions. You can put them in the chat, hopefully in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat as well. People saying I need to watch Up again. Yeah. Up is great. It's one of my absolute favorites. Oh, it's not buffering for any of you guys. Good. Yeah, Up is so phenomenal. Andrew says he was the voice of Santa Claus in the True Story of Santa Claus. I remember that Christmas special. Oh, I don't know that one. Steve Cauldron says Ed Asner was the voice of Jonah Jameson in the 90s Spider-Man animated series. That's cool. Yeah, he did a lot of voice work that I would love to go look back at. Della Common says, I love that I knew who he was before I was old enough to recognize who he was because of Freakazoid. These are some great ones, guys. Telecom also says confirmed Roxy Chemical makeup is 65% tea. Ain't that the fucking truth? I'm just such a massive tea person. And I've never tried coffee. I'm scared. I will for the World Girls at some point. Leonard Kim again in the Streamlabs. Thanks, Leonard Kim. You rock. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, what have you been watching lately? I can't recommend enough the other 2 on HBO Max. Fantasy Island on Fox drops the next day on Hulu, and 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu. Wow, I don't watch any of those things, Leonard Kim. What have I been watching recently? Well, obviously, I've been watching Bachelor in Paradise. That's on 2 days a week. Very essential. I've been watching Big Brother. That's on 3 days a week. Equally as essential. I just binged the latest season of Grace and Frankie. Oh, I just binged all of Outer Banks. I'm sorry. I fucking love that show. I know that I feel like a teenager watching it, but like Outer Banks was so good. I watched the first 2 seasons. I think those are the only 2 seasons. I'm sad that I have nothing else to watch with it. Then I binged Gossip Girl, that's a no from me, dog. What else have I been watching lately? Ted Lasso, obviously, which I think is excellent. I don't know why people are not into this season. I'm really into this season. I think it's wonderful. Any other things that I've been, let me look at my, thank God for Netflix reminding me what the fuck I watch, because otherwise I'm on the struggle bus. Continue watching. I'm in the middle of this most recent season of Working Moms because I stopped to watch with Steph because that was shitty of me that I just kind of fucking ran on through it. I need to not do that. Yeah, those are the things right now. Oh, and I finished Dave, which you guys know I'm obsessed with also. Ben Chan just rewatched Search Party. It's so fucking good. Such a great binge. I love Search Party. Really, really epic show. Big fan. If you guys have other recommendations, I can't believe these ones, Leonard Kim. It's like I can be a big TV person and then people can be watching things I've never even heard of them. Everybody's telling me that I need to start White Lotus. Is anybody in here watching White Lotus? I feel like that's the hot one these days that I'm not watching, that everybody keeps being like, you're not watching White Lotus. How are you not watching White Lotus? There's so many different networks too. It's just like, how do you keep up? We need to make a list. I feel like there shouldn't be more than 10 good shows at one time. I didn't see Superman and Lois's finale yet, Glenn, and I still have to. I'm one episode behind on that, but it was so, I'm loving the show. So in general, I really, really like it. All right. Any last minute questions, comments, concerns? It's going to be a short ass show today because y'all don't have many things to ask me. Also, I know that I love to give you guys all shout outs. So thank you everybody who's joining today. Vicious Ocean, Glenn Caesar, Andrew Thomas, John Bainbridge, Matt Munoz, Sean Quinn, Della Common, Ben Chan, Brittany Paca. That's how we say it in Boston. Brittany Parker, Manny Gonzalez, John Prillo or Prio. He never corrects me anyway. James Belinsky, Ryan Saldana. Keep scrolling. Come on, keep scrolling. I think that those are the shout out. Melissa Byrne. What's up, Melissa? And many more. Right now and later, who's sending bunnies. Nick Bethel, who says, hey, I'm here. Matt says, shout outs. Yep, that's the jam. Yeah. All right, my friends. I'll be live tonight on World Girls for World Girl Sunday. Don't forget, if you saw Candyman, come join us there. If you didn't, we're still going to be talking about remixes and remakes and all that stuff. If we're doing any spoilers, and we'll be sure to let you know so nothing gets spoiled for you accidentally. What's up, Logan Moore, who says, hey. Hi, ZB. Oh, hey, live stream. Brittany says, I love Boston pronunciation. Don't feel obligated to correct it. Brittany Paca. That's how it is. I had a lot of Pacas in my life growing up. And I love it. It's a good last name for a Boston voice. We can't help ourselves. Okay, my friends, don't forget, put down the toilet seat and lid. You don't want those buffoons. Make your bed. Check the internet. Oh, Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs. Thanks, Leonard Kim says, I feel like you may have answered this, so sorry if I'm repeating. Who is your favorite current Pats player? Let's go Richmond. I don't know, because I'm gonna have to see how the season goes. Let's see how we start doing. Like every time I say that I have a favorite player, usually this happens with the Celtics, not the Pats, but every time I say I have a favorite player, they either get severely injured or they end up they either get severely injured or they end up leaving the team like a minute after I say it. My brother makes fun of me because the running joke is that if I buy somebody's jersey, then they're fucking sure to go. And like, I really don't like what is happening with Cam Newton right now in general, but I really liked Cam Newton for a really long time too. So it's tough to say. I think, I feel like I've been giving with you, Leonard Kim, I feel like you ask me questions and all my answers are always like kind of not half-assed, but like, I don't know that I never give you like just these straightforward answers because some of your questions I don't have straightforward answers to. Gilmore. I don't know. I don't know my number one. Right now. Tom Brady. Can we just say it's Tom Brady and call it a day? I'm so sad. So sad. He's still my favorite football player. And Gronk. Don't Drum with the Holocaust. Brett Miles, Jonathan, the rest of the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Just people have lost their lives due to excessive force. It's a roller coaster show, even at the end. Much love, my friends. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you. Oh, and it just went out, so I might as well go with it. Jesus Christ, isn't that fucking annoying? Bye, friends.